Hello everyone and welcome back to Therapy Thru Gaming. This is episode 6. Tonight we are going to be playing a blast from the past, Age of Empires 2, the HD version. I haven't played this game in like 20 years and I totally have forgotten how to play, so it's going to be an experience for you and for me. Tonight's little therapy session, talking points before we get into the game, is modeling to promote positive self-talk when you're a parent and you're modeling to your children. And I'm going to really explain why this is important to me, and I'm going to explain it to you in 3 stories that I really thought of that really made me realize how important this was to children. And hopefully you can take and glean some information from that. I would start off by saying that my experience prior to my son being born, when I found out my wife was pregnant, I had a panic attack, and I had actually never had a panic attack before in my life. It was the first time that I really realized that I had a ton of anxiety. I had heartburn, I was having chest pains, I thought I was having ulcers, I was stressing out, and it took a couple weeks for me to really settle in and calm down, so it was really a big deal for me. When I finally was able to calm down and get myself under control and figure out what was going on, my approach to parenting has generally been to act like I don't know what I'm doing. And so I've taken classes, I've been reading books, I've been trying to gain some information so I can minimize the amount that I'm screwing my kid up from my own issues. And that brings me to my son. There were 3 real instances within the last 3 to 4 months that have made me really realize how perceptive he is and how much young children are really like sponges. I think a lot of times we talk about these concepts and we talk about them in a really general sense, but these are real specific stories that have happened that really created an epiphany for me. My son is almost 3.5, and he's really starting to pick up on things pretty quickly. The first story that I will tell you is that we spent a lot of time in the car. We have a long commute. Seattle is got really bad traffic, and excuse me, my throat's dry. The drink of tonight is tea, iced tea again, by the way. Thanks, Nathaniel. We were driving home in the car, and one of my son's favorite movies right now is Mulan. It's on Netflix. If you haven't seen that movie, it's a classic. It's really good. I've seen it 200 times. I actually hate it now. Elliot, if you're watching this, we watched it so many times. And we were in the car, and we were talking about the fight scene between Shang and Mulan where they're training, and Mulan kicks him in the face. And Elliot says, Mulan kicked Shang in the face, and he didn't like that, but he also kind of did. And that, to me, just blew my mind, because I thought to myself, well, he can understand complex social situations. And that brings me to the next story. I just noticed, and it's more of a general story, I really have noticed how he reenacts a lot of Disney movies. And I kind of have mixed feelings about it, honestly, because I feel like he's downloading some of his identity from these films, because he almost acts them out word for word, and that makes me a little bit concerned, but at the same time it's a very small piece of his life, in the sense that we do a lot of other things and we go a lot of other places, and we do limit a lot of screen time during the week. And some of the stories are quite good and maybe should be downloaded. But I will say that I do have my reservations about it. And I think about it quite often. And I just notice that I see him reenacting these stories when he watches them maybe once a week. And they're super impactful. And I think I kind of extrapolate that out to what does he do when he watches his parents, who he's around all the time? He's just going to take that to such a level that he's absorbing everything, every little facial expression, every little nuance of who you are. And then that brings me to the third and final point, the third and final story, which he was talking to some people the other day, and he said, we work really hard for our house, and our house is really clean, and I like it. And I was sitting there listening to him, and it made me a little bit emotional because I was thinking in my head, he's saying things that I really do think are good. And I think they're good because he's starting to trend in ways that are, what's the right way for this? He's saying positive things. Let me try again. I can do this. And I didn't realize how impactful I was to another human being. And I realized that we're this way as adults to each other as well. When you're around people that are positive and supportive, which those are actually few and far between, you feel that energy, and we feed off of each other's energy. And so it's super important just to try to be a decent person as much as possible, to try to be as kind as you can and as supportive as you can, even if you're not feeling it. I heard a great quote once that said, it's easier to model something new than it is to undo something broken, or not functional. And the idea behind that is that a lot of the issues that I have, or that we all have from our childhood, and my son will have his own for sure because I'm not a perfect person, those things have taken me years and years and years of counseling and modeling and practicing to even get a little bit better. All the reading that I've done, all the books that I've read, I can sometimes get myself to calm down when I'm really stressed out some of the time. And to me, that's better than nothing. So I would say it's just so important to your kids' self-esteem to model positivity, model the things that you want to see as often as you can. And so it does create a positive feedback loop for you to improve yourself a little bit at a time. Show them, if you want your kid to value reading, you have to read. If you want your kid to value playing outside, you have to go outside and play. This is not something that they're going to absorb. They will absorb it from other people, but they're going to absorb the bulk of their personality and behavior strategies from watching you as a parent. And this is something I really only had a few checkpoints. I don't care what my son is interested in. I don't care if he likes gaming or if he doesn't like gaming. I don't care if he likes, Barbies or doll houses, or I don't care about any of that stuff. The only thing, or whatever his interests are, I don't care. I don't care if he likes to draw or read or play sports. The only thing that I care is that my son works hard. So Elliot, if you were watching this, this was my only hope for you, was that you worked hard and that you were kind to people and that you gave to other people more than you took from other people. And I try to be supportive of people when I go out in the world and try to boost them up, because I know that there's not a lot of people that do that in the world anymore. So yeah, modeling is super important. Please play with your kids. Slow things down. I will say I do have a lot of feelings about my limited experience parenting with only one child. There's a lot of society that is not patient or relaxed or supportive of children. Everywhere you go is not conducive for children. The grocery store, the airplane, the traffic, none of it is what children want to be doing. Children want to be playing all day long, and that's what they should be doing as much as possible, and they want to be socializing a lot of times as much as possible. And so if you see people out there that have kids, just be patient. There's things, it's like having kids is one of those things that once you do it and you can't go back, you realize so many things about the way the world is that make me feel a little bit sad sometimes, but also like just trying to change perspectives. Please be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Please engage with the content and let me know what you think I can do to bring you more value as a person. I've been thinking of doing a spinoff, which I might be doing a podcast or some type of long form conversation as well as this. I just have been really enjoying this. I've been finding myself becoming more confident and becoming more capable of speaking, and it's been getting a lot easier for me to film these, and mostly people poke with fun and they're supportive and they're kind, and so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Yeah, and with that, be kind to yourself, be kind to others. Let's jump into the game. I'm gonna have to do the tutorial. so you're going to have to bear with me. Let's jump into the game and get things going here. Alright, here's the tutorial. Alright, marching and fighting.
Age of Empires 2 is about empire building, combat and conquest. You start from humble beginnings. We are without a leader.
I'm not watching
The dead king of...
Skipping all this shit.
The English are terrorizing all of Scotland, and it's time for us to fight back. But if we're to defeat them, every one of us will need to learn how to march and fight. Follow the path to the blue flag. First, click the soldier. Good! Now, right-click near the blue flag. Good! Now, move to the next flag. Click the soldier, then right-click near the flag. Excellent! To move to the next flag, you must walk through the black area. Moving into the black area reveals more of the map. The black area represents unexplored territory. That's all there is to it. Now go on to the next flag where you'll meet some allied soldiers. To move all your soldiers at once, click near the unit and drag around. Then right-click to move. Try moving your soldiers to the next flag. Did all your units make it to the flag? The road ahead is guarded by an English outpost. Scroll up to the outpost building by moving the mouse to the very top of the screen. Then click the red outpost. Right-click the outpost to attack.
I'm glad that they updated this. I think for next week's episode, we might, or the next episode, we might.
The outpost is destroyed. That should slow the English raids. Keep following the path to the village.
Here's my city.
Oh, sweet home.
Here we go, kids.
Wait. The English are angry that you destroyed their outpost. They're coming to attack your village.
These guys.
Just click your soldiers and right-click your English soldiers to attack. Defeat the enemy soldiers and you will have won your first battle. Good job! Now you know how to fight back against the English army.
I kind of feel like I can do this.
Scotland has sold an army.
Might as well do it.
To support the Scottish army, you'll need to build up your stockpile of resources. To win, gather 50 food, 50 wood, and 50 gold. To gather food from the forage bush,
Create village.
pick a village.
This is 50 for crucial resources. Town hall. Is he actually got it? 50 food, 50 wood, 50. So wood's gonna be the trees, and then the gold is gonna be those mines right here.
Then right-click the forage bush near the blue flag. In the status area at the bottom of the screen, you can see how much food the villager is carrying. The villager continues to gather from the forage bush until he's carrying 10 food.
This is going to take a fool. You know what? I think we're just going to... I think we're going to do it. I think we're just going to do it. Learning the campaign. Joan of Arc. Let's just try Joan of Arc here. Sorry, not interested in backstory.
Bonjour, Jean. My colleague and I will escort you to the Chateau of the Dauphin, or else we will die trying.
I am Jean de Metz, and I will protect you with my life.
You must be wary of the road ahead. Our enemies, the British, are out in force, and their Burgundian allies are thick as rats. Discretion is the better part of valor. You are Jean of Arc. I have heard your claims and believe what you say. We will follow you to Chinon.
Wait, you might have need of a few archers on the road ahead.
Look out! A battle rages ahead. Stay back, lest we be caught in the crossfire. Another glorious loss for France. I hope you really can turn the tide of this war.
That's kind of a lot. We're getting moving along. Man, it's just like the characters are so small. And they move so slowly. It's just a bit. I must be getting old. Can't cross the bridge. The bridge is down. See where people use cheat codes.
Highwaymen preying on helpless travelers. What has become of our homeland?
Well, this is naturally going to make us like go through every single angle that we can go through.
A Burgundian encampment. We'll never get through that wall without siege equipment.
There's another path there. Alright, let's drink some tea. And then we'll jump into some stories. Alright, what interesting stories can I tell you guys as we're moving forward? One of the most impactful things that I did in life was doing martial arts. I did about 3 years of Taekwondo, and why is he walking around the trees? Like, sometimes you just
Venison.
when my can I go this way? I gotta find a way to get through these trees. When my mother was really sick, when I was really sick when I was young, I spent a lot of time when I had time away from the house, and she had pushed me to do martial arts. I remember that I had so much anxiety that she said, "You're doing this." She saw an ad on paper, and she was like, "You're doing this." And I was like, "Oh, I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it." She's like, "I don't care. You're going." And she took me, and I cried the entire time on the way there until we got there. And then I ran around, and I loved it. And I used to ride my bike probably 2-3 miles each way as a young kid, to and from. And it was just a really healthy self-esteem. I would recommend it to anyone doing martial arts. These are the most docile animals I've ever seen in my that anymore. That was...
Oh yeah, leave it.
Alright, let's get going.
Oh yeah.
There's nothing going on in this map.
Oh yeah, leave it. Oh yeah, leave it. Oh yeah, leave it. Leave it. Oh yeah, leave it.
See, this is what you do right here. This is all farm. We can also try to play with
Gather your
this.
belongings, men. We follow Joan of Arc. We will carry that battering ram along with us. It may yet be of use.
I get a battery ram. Cool, guys. Probably need to go over here as well. Yes. But that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. Why I would want to go that way. You know what? We are going to go that way. There's a lot of dudes.
Are you mad? Across a bridge lies a Burgundian castle and many men. Turn back at once.
Yeah, I actually think I have to turn back. Just take control. Where is the path forward? Because I'm feeling like this is the upper end of the map. Oh, I think maybe what you're supposed to do now is like come back and attack this thing. You're supposed to actually use the battery. Just wish they would have faster. Trying to get into some lights. Is this real? Alright, I think we're gonna go in and try to attack this castle. Because I think clearly you're supposed to.
We need a mangonella ram to get through these walls.
You French don't know when to give up.
Alright, we're using the battery ram here. Alright, so the gate is all 120. Oh, this house is on fire. This is how it's going to gate. Just need to turn the vehicle. Just looking for the bridge to get over this wall here. You don't have to just destroy all this stuff right now. Yeah, there you go. Green normally means that you can walk through. There we go.
Certes. Bonjour.
You cannot gather food from this.
Oh yeah, certes. Bonjour.
Content.
An embuscade! There are Burgundian soldiers everywhere! Hurry west to the river where we can make our escape!
À la bataille.
This is a real battle. Just go. Gotta lead your mark back here. Like, where is my team at here?
Oh yeah. Bonjour. Livet. Azon. Livet. Certes. Livet. Da. À la bataille.
Ah, okay, there you go. Get all the votes.
À la bataille. Certes. Oh yeah. Livet. Oh yeah. Certes. Oh yeah. Certes. Livet. Oh yeah. Certes. Cueilleur. Livet.
Oh, that's what it is.
Libet, certes.
These guys had to, someone had to man the back.
Libet, certes, Libet.
I was like, where did Joan fart?
Bonjour. À la bataille. À la bataille. Bonjour. À la bataille. À la bataille. Livet. Certes.
Okay.
Oh yeah. Certes. Livet.
Oh, downriver.
Oh yeah. Certes.
Alright. Let's get out. Where are we going? Just wondering where we're supposed to go. Well. Oh wait, just click on a button. Let's get these guys out. No idea. You guys sailed too far.
Oh yeah, Livet. Oh yeah. Livet. Oh yeah. Livet. Certes. Livet. Oh yeah. Certes.
Was there a place it was supposed to go? Maybe there.
Livet. Oh yeah. Livet.
let's just go down the river. Well, that thing clearly isn't chasing us. Let's see if these guys are joining us. I think they are going to join us. I think we just need to unlock Joan of Arc. Their special powers.
You mean to lead the French army? Such confidence I have not seen since this war began. Very well. You have 6 more soldiers, Jean the maid.
I think if they were here, we'll look at these archer things. It's like a game that you can play with one hand. Kids. They just march everywhere. What's going on? Just those things are definitely. Some of my guys are weak here. Alright, here's Burgundy.
Here they come! Fire!
That was anticlimactic. Literally just ran right past my guys. It's hard to see sometimes. We're gonna go right up the middle, boys. I just forgot how much I love PC. There's something about just at the end of the day, just sitting down quietly, closing the door, escaping.
Shinon, we have made it.
Stories have become super important to me in this memoir. I think during the next episode, I'll spend some time talking about the feelings about stories. But I just really looked for good stories. Alright, there's the medicine. This is looking fine. I don't think there's going to be any major battle. I think we're just going to win. Here's the old wise man. It's not. We're here to take over.
The Chateau of the Dauphin.
Alright, this is the end here. Going up straight to this castle.
The Dauphin will see you now.
Oh my gosh, I won. Click quick menu and click quick current game. Alright, we're gonna get started into as Joan's
footsteps echoed down the marbled hall of
This is
the
nice.
chateau.
Let's sit back and enjoy
The
our
fat
victory.
and whispering dukes did not but stare.
Cheers.
The Dauphin himself seemed afraid as she kissed his feet. My gentle Dauphin, she demanded, why does England claim what is ours? Why are you not crowned King of France, as is your right? The courtiers began to murmur. The chamberlain whispered lies into the Dauphin's ear, but the Dauphin pushed the chamberlain away and rose to meet Jean's gaze. She stands only to the shoulder of the shortest man, but all of us must look up to speak to her. I know not what silent conversation passed between the Dauphin and his would-be savior, but it was obvious that His Majesty was in the same thrall as we.
Oh, that was just nice. Crushed him to the empty bone race. Alright, let's try this one for a
March
little bit, and then
26th,
we'll call it
Chinon.
good. Not even interested in backstory. The cathedral in Orleans must remain standing. Escort John to Blois, she may command the French army.
I am the Duc d'Alençon, my lady. I will proudly ride with you to Orleans.
This is another escort mission. Oh, I bet you this we're gonna escort and then build. The Duke, like the portraits.
Our city needs help. The British are coming.
Bonne chance, John!
Big battle.
This Burgundian rabble shall not stop us.
Got 'em all. Got 'em. Let's keep going here. So close to the mark. Alright. I see some windmills. Some inefficient base layout.
Welcome to Blois, Jean of Arc. The army of France is yours to command. Now, on to Orleans. We need to get those supplies past the British.
Okay, so this might just be another escort mission. Just looking for the path here, guys. not chasing anyone right now, guys. Stay here. There's a lot of them. These dudes over here acting like they're gonna run away. I only have 2 ships to carry on these guys. Let's go. We're getting some, trying to get some smooth action going here. Back over here and get these guys. What is going on here? Ready? We're gonna unload here. I guess we're just taking over the beach. Alright, last load. Ships away. Alright, so now running these over here. And we made it. And we made it with all the supplies. Let's see what our note is.
Hurrah! Jean of Arc has brought us supplies. Now we can muster the forces we need to raise one of the British castles. Jean the Maid has come. We are saved.
Sweet. Okay, so now some shit's actually going down. Alright, like, what should I do over here? So, right click on the town center. No, town center is villagers, halls, trade card, 35 food. Alright, let's see what's over here. Stable. Barracks. Horseman. Alright, so this, I like that. Let's go. just need to know where all of my forces are. Is there a way to click on all of them? Where did they all ride off to? Let's send this guy out to go up here and scout like he's supposed to. Did I lose all of those forces? Okay, signal allies, idle villagers. Well, there they all are. My supply is 36 out of 75. My food seems to be the thing that's the lowest, huh? Building some more pikemen here. Just trying to click on this armor upgrade. I don't know. Supposed to build like an army and go kill them. I don't foresee that you really actually need to build all this stuff. Let's just go see what we have. And hopefully we don't lose. Here's my scout. I actually think that the gate is just going to be right here. Oh, right, see, this is what your scouts are used for. You can know what you're running into. Alright, let's go get him.
Certes, l'hiver, certes, oh yeah, certes, oh yeah, l'hiver. Certes, oh yeah.
To war! Burgundy, kill them. Nice, these guys are screwed. Yeah, I feel like we can.
Oh yeah, l'hiver.
Some actions going on here finally. Doesn't look good for them. Certainly not. This is the 2 pro attack. So far, things are not going terribly. So it's going to be super different. This is actually more difficult than I thought. Inside.
Lament, for we have lost Jean. The Duc d'Orléans has fallen in battle.
I lost. I definitely lost. I think that's it. I think that's it. I wasn't feeling it. It didn't translate to what I thought it was going to be later on. Still fun, just the characters don't move as fast. It looks good in HD. I like that the history is, you know, they're making you reenact historical events. But that's about it. Thanks for watching. Please leave comments. Let me know what you think. Yeah, be kind to yourself. Be kind to others. Thanks for everything. Take care.